And coming up, it'll be no holds barred between NFC West rivals. It's the Los Angeles Rams and the Seattle Seahawks, and it's all up next.
It's known as one of the loudest stadiums in sports for a reason, and it'll only get louder as the collective 12th man starts cheering for their Seahawks. Welcome to Lumen Field in Seattle. So glad y'all could join us for this game. Kate, Scott, and Brock here on the call for it, and we're expecting quite a bit of offensive gamesmanship, partner. Some veteran savvy out there. Both of our starting quarterbacks have spent quite a long time in this league, and they've got plenty of experience to show for it.
Yeah, I like the way you say that right there. Gamesmanship and veteran savvy. Father Time, he chases down these skill guys. It's a game that's getting younger and younger, right? Because, well, it's hard to be as fast as you've been when you were a rookie. But as a quarterback, you've got to use your years of experience. Both these guys have to play this game from the neck up and still play it at a high level.
Ball is teed up. Joshua Carty to do the honors. And we're underway from Seattle. LaVisca Chenault to return it. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. So out come the Seahawks for their first offensive possession. They'll be led out by the 12th-year pro from West Virginia, Geno Smith.
The NFL's Comeback Player of the Year just 2 years ago, resurrecting a career and writing a script that I don't think anybody saw coming. Last year, another 3,600 yards and 20 touchdowns with an 8-7 record as a starter, but there's a lot of new. A new system, a new coordinator, and for Geno Smith, he'd tell you, a new head coach that, well, he's got to create the same confidence and belief in that Pete Carroll certainly had in Geno. Can't wait to watch this script unfold.
Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3. A play fake, now Smith to throw. That's complete, here's Brown. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
That's Metcalf running the slant. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And with 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
They go play action. Here's Smith. Did not like what he was seeing, Brock, and he just hurls this one away. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. On the draw, it's Walker. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. It's a gain of 4 there, and it sets up Seattle with 1st down.
Okay, you know me, I can't resist. I thought we might have needed the old Gene Steratore index card down there. Making a really close measurement to see if he got the 1st down or not. But in the end, well, the right call was made. He got just enough to move the chains.
Smith on 1st down. Finds the in route complete. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped.
Yeah, these in cuts maybe aren't the hardest throws from a degree of difficulty, Kate, but it does take some courage as a quarterback to throw into congested spaces, but it can pay big dividends.
Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches. Handoff to Walker from the gun. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No 3rd down required now.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up second down. Back to the air, it's Smith. Caught along the left sideline, but he did not get both feet in. That's incomplete, brings up third down.
The best of the best, they just have this intuition, Kate. They know where the boundary is without looking. This receiver's not quite at that level yet. He lost track of where he was, and he brought it in, but out of bounds.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Out of the gun, here's Smith. Escapes the pocket. And he's brought down at the line.
Well, I think all quarterbacks have been there before. You start scrambling, you're hoping for something to materialize, and nothing does. You just try to get back to the line, live to play another day, and more importantly, avoid a loss.
Jason Myers out there now to try and field goal for the Seahawks on fourth down. It's a 36-yard look from the left hash. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And the opening drive of the game ends in 3 points.
Well, I know once that drive stalls out, that's where it really pays to have that reliable kicker on the sideline ready to bail you out. And he knocks that one right through to give him the lead.
Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. Here's Smith on the return. And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. So here come the Rams on offense, ready for their opening drive. And they're brought out by the 16-year pro, rebounded from an injury last season, Matthew Stafford.
Long before this guy named Mahomes in Kansas City was throwing no-look passes and crazy off-platform throws, there was a guy doing it in Detroit. His name was Matthew Stafford. Nobody really noticed, though, because the Lions, they just didn't win enough to be relevant. Well, fast forward to putting Matthew Stafford in L.A., and we know the rest of the story. A Super Bowl champ, and after being banged up a year ago, came back and elevated those Rams to yet again another playoff opportunity. When I think of the guys that I just simply love to watch throw it, there's not very many on this planet that do it better than Matthew Stafford.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Working from the gun, here's Stafford. Completed over the middle. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. A 9-yard gain and good for a first down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Up the gut they go with Williams. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that game. Julian Love bringing that one to an end. Give them a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
From the 46. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it. It's a pickup of 26. And it brings up an LA first down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. They take the handoff now, Stafford. They'll just huck this one into row C, and some lucky fan is going to haul in a heck of a souvenir.
Everybody wants to play quarterback until a play like that. Almost no resistance off the ball, and the defense ready to maul you. It was all he could do to get rid of it before he gets just clocked.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Draw play. This is Williams. And he'll get down to the 21-yard line before he stopped. 7 yards on the carry. Now they've got 3rd and 3.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you'll really break the backs of the defense.
Stafford now on 3rd down. Complete beyond the marker. And he's able to get this down to the 13. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Straight ahead with Williams. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Stafford from the gun. This throw is caught. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. A quarter down, 3 more to go for these NFC West opponents. Just 3-0 is our score. More from Lumen Field in just a minute. We're back for the 2nd quarter. Rams in a real good spot to score. Shotgun now on 3rd down. Touchdown, LA! So a touchdown on the board for them, Brock, as they start this game off a perfect 1-for-1 offensively.
Yeah, I'm going to call that scripting for success right there. Can't do it much better than that. And listen, when you script these first plays, you don't always know who the targets are going to be. It's really then relying upon what the defense is trying to take away. But they couldn't take away that big old tight end.
On comes Joshua Carty to try the extra point. Bad weather doesn't affect that extra point. It's good. And his guys won up the opposing field goal. They start with 7 on their opening drive. Carty has it all teed up and ready to send it away. Here comes Williams on the return. This return makes it up to the 25. So Seattle retakes the field for their 2nd series. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. They're out and set, 1st and 10. First play of the drive. Here's Walker. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. Big gain, 14 on the play. And the Seahawks will have a 1st down.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
He's trying to push the field. And he's there to send that one away incomplete.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception to just forcing an incomplete pass. But as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, well, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Throwing off the play fake here. He's loaded another one up. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete. Looking for Tyler Lockett on that play. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
I don't fault the look downfield at all. I mean, that was just a situation there where it's a better defensive play than the offense executing.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Shotgun snap to Smith. Walker hauls it in. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And a sure-handed play there in the rain. He brings in the fair catch without a problem. That punt goes unanswered, no return there. And the Rams will take possession. Off the play fake, it's Stafford. Ooh, almost a throw that cost him. Defender had it in his hands, but he dropped it. It's incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. On the handoff, this is Williams. And he found some running room for a nice gain. A strong 9-yard effort there, Brock, and it brings up 3rd and 1.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
3rd down, 1 yard to go. They stay on the ground with Williams. And he'll get it up to the 27. Give him 3 on that gain. And the Rams are going to have a 1st down.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that 1st down right there.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. They're going play action. Makes the grab in bounds, left side. It's a 23-yard pickup on the play. And it brings up an LA 1st down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Stafford. Has him on the quick hitter. And this goes across midfield and into Seahawks territory.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
From the 48. Taking a big shot for the end zone. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Robinson sent in motion left. Throwing his Stafford on 3rd. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down.
In theory, Kate, that's exactly what complementary man coverage is supposed to look like. The DBs, well, they're sticky on the back end of it. The front end, that pass rush, it makes an impact that gets home. But of course we know, it's not that simple. It is really tough to lock down a full field for more than a second or two.
Rams going to punt on 4th down, and they're calling Ethan Evans to the field. And he drives this one into the pouring rain. And the fair catch made here at the 15. So no return on that punt. And the Seahawks drive is going to start from deep in their own territory. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Walker now from the gun. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
As a play caller, Kate, I would always be a little cautious of a first down draw. I like it better when that defense is anticipating pass. Well, they were only anticipating getting the backfield and making that running back feel the pain.
Back to the line they go. It's second down. Staying with Walker. And he'll get this up to the 19-yard line as he stopped. Stopped on the play by the rookie from Tennessee.
You know, that's a good run right there to keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. From the gun, Smith. Can't find anyone open, and he's forced to throw it away.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or two, and third downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, their coach wants to see them convert those.
Michael Dixon on the punt. And this will be his second effort of the contest. And he drives this into the pouring rain. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. Nice kick there. It's a punt of 53 yards. And it's going to be their football coming up. Good field position for the Rams as they get ready. 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Williams. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Pretty obvious, this defense, man, they need more people around the line of scrimmage. But the minute you do that, Kate, start opening up those throwing lanes. This is how balance takes apart a defense.
This defensive battle has reached the 2-minute warning. The Rams hoping to grow their lead before halftime. 1st and 10 from the 41. Here's Stafford. His pass caught by Nakua. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. It was Tyrell Johnson with the tackle. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 34. He's got a man left.
I feel so bad. I really do. And I don't mean this sarcastically, Kate. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today because they get that drag route, they get one step inside of you. Well, there's very little you can do other than make the tackle.
3rd and a lone yard coming up. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. That one falls to the turf, couldn't hang on, it's incomplete. This one misses the tight end. And it's 4th and short. We'll see if they go for it.
You know, quarterback's going to count on 99 of 100 times completing that short, simple route to a tight end. But even the shortest and simplest of throws, will find a drop at some point, too.
Going for it, it's Williams. And that run won't come close. That's a turnover on downs.
These 4th down runs, it's all about want to and will. Want to keep it conservative offensively, try to move it across, but that defense was having none of it. And now they get themselves off the field.
The Seahawks are headed out, and we'll see Kenneth Walker. They're getting close to a minute to play, Brock, and they're going to need that time with a long field ahead. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Throwing with a blitz on the way. It's caught Metcalf. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. That was Darius Williams on the tackle.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
From the 40 on 2nd down. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. The Seahawks calling for a timeout. They're 1st and 3. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12. Here's Smith. He lofts it deep left. That's grabbed inside the 30. Now Seattle going to call its second timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. So the big play has him well into enemy territory and field goal range. They're inside the 30. 1st and 10 now. Here's Smith. That's incomplete left side.
That is normally a gimme for this offense, these short throws. But the defense, well, they had just enough influence on that play to force the incompletion.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Back to the air, it's Smith. He's throwing deep to the left side. Really pushing the envelope on 2nd down, but the deep shot doesn't work.
You hear defensive coaches preach this all the time about not giving up the big play. Keep everything in front of you. They're going to need to stay vigilant because he's definitely a receiver who can take the lid off of a defense.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. And again, it's Smith. He's on the... trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. Now the Rams will use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Jason Myers out there now to try a field goal for the Seahawks on 4th down. A 49-yarder in front of him here. And he missed it. It's no good. And this will remain a 4-point game.
Well, there's certainly never, ever a guarantee from that distance, but that's one you'd expect to be in your kicker's range. You hate to have a drive come away with nothing, but that's exactly what happened.
The Rams are going to get the football one last time in this first half. They still have access to a pair of timeouts and a little time left, too, so points very much still in play here before the half. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete.
You know, as a QB, I'm going to note that in the back of my head. That was a heck of a break. Knocks the ball away. DBs like that, they tend to, once they get one hand on the ball, have a pretty good beat on you and can get 2 hands on it the next time.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Working from the gun, here's Stafford. Short pass brought in. And that's good for a gain of 5. It was Tyrell Johnson with the tackle. Timeout taken by Los Angeles. It's 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. So now here's 3rd and 5. To throw, Stafford. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Now the Rams are going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Now Stafford again. This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. That brings us to halftime with the visiting Rams out in front. Now we'll go coast to coast. Jonathan Coachman standing by in our Orlando studios for the EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Kate, thanks very much. And welcome in everyone to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Both these teams ready for the fight ahead. We're ready to get back to it as well. And to do just that, we'll hand it back over to Kate and Brock.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our third quarter. Here's Smith on the return. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. His return gets him to the 32-yard line before he's taken down. The Rams ready to get things started on offense to begin the third. And it has been all about these defenses so far, Brock. Even into the second half, we're still waiting for one of these offenses to take charge.
Yeah, what you're feeling, these defenses are making every yard tough, every first down tough, every series tough. And offensively, yeah, it's time to toughen up and maybe more importantly, sharpen up.
2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8. Another run for Williams. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. They push it forward for a yard. That brings up 3rd and 8. They fake the handoff now, Stafford. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
So many coaches love 3rd downs and practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game or already out of hand, coaches know got to execute and convert on these 3rd downs.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. It's scored as a 51-yard punt. And it'll be Seahawks football. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Smith. Into the hands of Tyler Lockett. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. From the 37. Connection made to Smith and Jigba. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
Good offenses, okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Now an inside give to Walker. And they're going to bring him down after a good gain to the 40. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. Second and 3 now. Running with Walker again. Pushing for the red zone. They manage 22 on the rip and a 1st down.
No frills, nothing fancy. That was just a good old offensive line dominated in the trenches. And that sprung them to get to the 2nd level and beyond.
A new set of downs awaits them. Here's 1st and 10. They give up the gut to Walker. And he's able to get this down to the 13. Give him 5 on that carry. Bring it up 2nd and 5.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Shotgun snap to Smith. He completes it in traffic. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain. That sets up 1st and goal.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Smith to the air now. And he's got it. Touchdown! But there's a flag down. Might be defensive, though. I think this touchdown should stand.
Pass interference. Defense.
Offense liked how that play went, so they choose to decline the penalty. Now it's Jason Myers on for the extra point. Got a good plant in the rain there. The extra point flies through. And the Seahawks push their lead to 3. Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. Here's Smith on the return. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. Out come the Rams on offense. And their defense sure has kept this game close. Now it's time for them to come through, get some points for their team in this low-scoring affair. Off the play fake, it's Stafford. He gets this one in Nakua. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. It's a 26-yard pickup there. And the Rams are going to have a 1st down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Williams now on 1st and 10. He gets it forward for a gain of 3. Brought down by Dre Jones. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. Give to Williams from the gun. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Just 1 yard on the play, though. That leaves him with 3rd down and 6 to go. Now Stafford to throw. Throw complete to Williams. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
This dude's just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, Kate. Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that 1st down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
On 1st down, here's Stafford. No one open, so he chucks this to another county.
There was almost no resistance offered against a rush that came off the line ready to maul anything in sight. It was all the QB could do to get rid of that before he gets absolutely clobbered.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. They've got a man in motion. Stafford to throw again on 2nd. He'll get this to Cobb. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20.
Well, nothing very fancy about that. That's just a textbook curl route. I think they were running curl routes last century, and it's a play that works a high percentage of the time then, just like it did now.
3rd down, 1 yard to go. Running for the marker with Williams. And he'll get them enough for a 1st down.
You love a huddle, okay? You really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
Offense set for a 1st and 10. Handoff goes to Williams, running right. And he's stopped down at the 16 after a small gain. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
The one thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Shotgun snap to Sanford. Couldn't connect across the middle. It's an incomplete pass.
That play right there, Kate, that just goes to show you, you can't take any completion for granted. Even some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Now he'll throw off the play fake. He's got the... It's on the turf, the ball's out, he lost it! And the Seahawks pick it up! Look, you know I'm always trying to be positive, partner. You take away the ending, it was a great drive. Everything they were hoping for, but all that work and effort, it's gone.
And all that people are going to remember is that ending, Kate. That's all that unfortunately matters for this offense.
While a new offense preps to head out, we've got a stoppage. They want to make sure this is a turnover. Yeah, pretty bang-bang play out there. It's tough to see exactly what happened on our first look in real time.
But you know what I like here, and I do appreciate, and these officials are so good at let the play just play itself out before calling it dead. Now all the replays and the camera angles will give us such a better idea of really what happened.
So the nice defensive play, all for naught. He was down first, no fumble. Back to throw it. This one's caught. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line. That excitement brings us to the end of the quarter. They'll have a shiny new set of downs to play with to start the 4th. It's Rams football. They trail late, but this game's still very much in reach. Got that chip shot in their back pocket to tie it. A chance at the lead here first, though. 1st and goal. From the gun, a carry by Williams. And he stopped just a little short of the goal line. He's down to the 2. It's a pickup of 5, and that brings up 2nd and goal.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means. But one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
They'll look to run with Williams. And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Rams take a 4th quarter lead. Kyron Williams, the touchdown. So that, Brock, an important score here as they move out in front.
This is the time of the game where your legs just get a little bit tired. But that was a determined-looking drive right there. They were not going to be denied, and they're able to score and take the lead.
Now a try to go up by 4, put it out of the range of a field goal. Extra point sent in through the rain. And these guys take a 4-point lead. Cardi has it all teed up and ready to send it away. Here comes Williams on the return. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Seahawks returning their offense and this running back to the field. And as some running lanes have closed, he's just found some new ones. Continuing to hit this defense, more good numbers well into this 2nd half. Walker on 1st down. And a couple of teammates combining there for the stop after just 1 yard.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on first down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. From the gun, Smith. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Darius Williams with the INT.
Such a huge point of emphasis for so many defenses, clogging up the middle of the field. They saw that receiver enter the middle and did a terrific job of baiting the quarterback into the throw, and an even better job of forcing the interception.
Now LA getting its offense all set to go. And the turnover puts them right back out there. Just a few plays since they scored that touchdown.
Well, they didn't get much time to rest, but guess what, Kate? That defense didn't get much time to rest either. Now you can go in attack mode while they're still shaking off that last touchdown.
And he'll get this down at the 33-yard line. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign, well, they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Stafford from the gun. Quick slant taken in by Nakua. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason this is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
They have themselves another 1st and 10. Here's Stafford. Finds his target, Robinson. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Stafford. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up. Up the gut they go with Williams. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it brings up an LA 1st down.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
Early movement along the right side. The flag comes out. One of the most common penalties in the sport, and the reaction, it's the same every time, Brock. Frustration from the coach as they get backed up 5 yards. Throwing from the gun. The throw is caught. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you can take a lick at any time.
2nd and 3 now. Working from the gun. Here's Stafford. And he will score. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Rams parlay the interception into points. They were throwing for it there, and they didn't care who knew about it, Brock. And it turns out, hey, nothing was going to stop them either.
Yeah, there's something about an empty formation. You are declaring to a defense, other than QB draw, this ball is going to be in the air. But at the same time, you also force the defense's hand. There's only so many coverages they can play, and they just exposed them.
Cardi now for the PAT. Bad weather doesn't affect that extra point. It's good. And his guys drive their lead to 11. Cardi has it all teed up and ready to send it away. Here comes Williams on the return. The Seahawk offense taking the field now. They are coming off their first interception of the game. This drive now a chance to rebuild some confidence. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. Finds him over the middle. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Working quickly here. A play fake. Now Smith to throw. He puts some power on a deep one left. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Here's Smith. Complete beyond the marker. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
A dose of the hurry-up offense here. And again, it's Smith. Catch is made down the right sideline. Give him 24 on that play. And it sets up Seattle with 1st down.
Every tight end worth his salt wanted this. Really craved man-to-man coverage. The best of them, give me man-to-man coverage and I'm gonna beat you. I was around Dallas Clark and Indy, one of the best. You play man-to-man, he's gonna find a way to out-leverage you, separate from you, and make a play just as that tight end did.
1st down, Smith to throw. It's caught Metcalf. And he's going to go out of bounds just short of that red zone.
I know I can sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Shotgun snap to Smith. Escapes the pocket. He tucks it and takes off. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough for a 1st. That one ends up a gain of 6. And the Seahawks will have a 1st down. So we're down to the 2-minute warning here from Seattle. Seahawks at a 2-score deficit. Down a couple of scores, but still some time left and 3 timeouts as well. It's 1st and 10. Into the hands of Walker. And he's got it inside the 15 before going out.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Looking to throw it. Cut near the goal line. It's a Seattle touchdown. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
Extremely important moment here for the Seahawks as they go for 2. Throwing now. Rolling left, buying some time. And they get the 2-point conversion. He's in the lead, only a field goal now. Well, the comeback is proceeding according to plan. Brock, that conversion trims this to a field goal game. Now get that ball back, baby. Get it back.
And you know that special teams coach is down there telling his guys that. Don't come back to these sidelines. Don't come off this field unless you go get me the ball to give this offense yet another opportunity.
Volley set up, and it's away. Just a three-point game now. This one's fielded at the 40-yard line. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. They'll begin from the 36 as the returner's brought down. The Rams and Matthew Stafford set to go back on offense. And as we see some of the highlights from their showing, his work a big part of why they're in front right now. Having a nice, solid game as their offensive leader. I think we can say he's had a firm grip on the wheel and has really driven them to this advantage. Good field position for the Rams as they get ready. 1st and 10. Here's Williams to start the drive. And the middle holds. They don't get anything on the run. The Seahawks calling for a timeout. They're 1st and 3. As they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down. Straight ahead with Williams. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. Now Seattle going to call it 2nd timeout. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call's going to be on 3rd down. He'll look to throw it. He has the first over the middle. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. The defense takes its 3rd and final timeout. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now. Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on 1st down. They drop to a knee, and what little time we have left here is going to tick down.
This is situational football at its best. There's still some time left to bleed off the clock, but the really important thing here is you've got to bleed every second of that clock that you can.
2nd down, probably going to see him kneel it again here. On 2nd down, a run with Williams. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. They get about 4 there, need a little more than that now on 3rd and 6.
When you don't have great success on 1st down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune 3rd down situation. Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So it's the Rams who take this one on the road. And we know how rain can wreak havoc at any moment on a football field, but they didn't let that stop them today. They played their game, and as a result, they're leaving here with a victory. So for Brock Heward and all of our crew, I'm Kate Scott, wrapping up another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. The Rams are winners as we say so long from Seattle.